मूर्ति जी का टैग नहीं दिया आपने? हेलो 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 हेलो। हेलो, मैं कह रहा हूँ सुंदरा मूर्ति सर का वो दे दिया टैग। और वो एक वो तो पहले तो है नहीं। और एक ना आदित्य दास सर का और होगा, को फाउंडर एंड सीईओ कैप्चर, उनका और ले आना अंदर। अच्छा ठीक है सर। भेज रहे हैं, तुरंत आ रहे हैं सर। 5 मिनट बस और मैक्सिमम। हेलो, हाँ आलोक सर, वहाँ पे वीआईपी लॉन्च तक कार आएगी। वहाँ वीआईपी लॉन्च में होगा सर। हाँ हाँ, आलोक सर आएंगे। हाँ सर, गुड मॉर्निंग। हाँ हाँ, कोई इशू नहीं है सर। वहाँ पे ना जैसे ही एंटर करेंगे, गेस्ट काउंटर है वहाँ पे, आपका वो मिल जाएगा कार्ड वगैरह, वो नेम ऑलरेडी है वहाँ पर। और फिर आप ऑडिटोरियम में आ जाइएगा सर। इसी से भी एंटर करेंगे, फर्स्ट फर्स्ट रूम ही है ऑडिटोरियम। हाँ 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 सर। ओके सर। हेलो हेलो हेलो। हाँ नमस्कार, कौन? हाँ हाँ सर, आ जाइए। आपका ना गेस्ट काउंटर पे कार्ड वगैरह है, और जैसे ही एंटर करेंगे तो यहीं यहीं, नहीं नहीं, उसी के बराबर में ही ऑडिटोरियम है, आप किसी से पूछ लीजिए, वहाँ पर आप आ जाइए, यहीं शुरू होगा। यस। ओके। हेलो हेलो। अरे हुए ट्रेन नहीं? आओ फटाफट आओ, और कृष्णा से बात कराओ मेरी। मैं कह रहा हूँ जल्दी से बाहर फील्ड में आओ और लोगों को अंदर भेजो। 400। दोनों फाउंडर हैं, मुनीश और बिटांगी जी। इनसे कहना अपने प्रोडक्ट लेके ऑडिटोरियम के बैक साइड में लेकर आए भाई, अभी तक नहीं आए। हाँ ठीक है, मतलब घर पे काट देंगे। हाँ सर, नहीं वो तो ठीक है, अभी कितने बजे पहुँचेंगे यार? 1 बजे। सर मैं कह रहा था अपना प्रोडक्ट ला के रखवाइए पीछे, नहीं अंदर रखवाइए डायरेक्ट। जो होगा देख ही जाएंगे। हाँ सर, वहाँ के कैंडल सब है ना। नहीं नहीं सर, गुड मॉर्निंग। हाँ हाँ हाँ, आलोक सर को बता देंगे। हेलो हेलो। कौन? मैम प्लीज़ कॉल मी ऑन मंडे बिकॉज वी आर बिजी इन सोनीपत स्टार्टर सबमिट करना है। जी ओके ओके ओके। हम्म। आप बाहर अंगेरी होटल ले लीजिए, उस पर हम रिम्बर्समेंट करेंगे। हाँ हाँ, आप बाद में हमें रिम्बर्समेंट का अपना दे दीजिएगा, जो भी वहाँ की स्लिप है और जीपे वगैरह आप करेंगे उसका प्रूफ हम आपको पे कर देंगे। हाँ टू विद इन 1 वीक 2 to 25,000 तक मैक्सिमम एक रूम का हम पे कर देंगे। हाँ 2,000 to 25,000। हाँ नो, हम केवल एक रूम का, हमने 2 गेस्ट के लिए कहा था मैम, तो आप यहाँ एक रूम में मतलब रहेंगे। आप लोग आगे आ जाइए, आगे आ जाइए। चलो आगे हो जाओ। है वो 100 सीटर है। हाँ नाइट चलेगी। सर जरा इन बच्चों से कह दिए कि 100 सीटर में चलेगा ये अच्छा रहेगा। वो जो 100 सीटर में जो नाइट चलेगी पूरी। बाहर ना निकले, जल्दी आओ अंदर। वो करते रहिए, ऑडिटोरियम फुल हो गया, अंदर आ जाओ, यहाँ से कोई बाहर ना जाए। ज़रूरत है तो दे दो। Good morning to all. हाँ हाँ, यहाँ खड़े रहो, कोई भी जाए ना, इनसे कह दो 100 फीट जाए। सर Goddess Ma Saraswati, respected chief guests, guests of honors, distinguished guests, industry leaders, startup founders, faculty members, researchers, and dear participants. This summit is supported by Atal Innovation Mission, Niti Aayog, and Startup Haryana, whose visionary leadership continues to strengthen India. Partners DMRC and ST Microelectronics, industry partner Field King, ecosystem partners IdeaWaj and HS Foundation. On behalf of to the Sony
transfer and shaping India's technology future.
It is my honor to invite our guest of honor, Dr. Nikhil Agrawal, Managing Director, FITT Delhi, to deliver the opening address and share his insights on technology transfer, industry collaboration, and innovation-driven entrepreneurship. Sir, may I request you to kindly address the impressive gathering.
Mrs. Amneet P. Kaur, Principal Secretary, Department of Future. In fact, ma'am, you may be the only secretary who is heading the Department of Future in the country. So I think big clap. The Haryana is a futuristic state. Professor Rangan Banerjee, Director, IIT Delhi. Professor Semnath Bediroy, Dean Planning and Head of ITech IIT Sonipat Campus. Professor Panda, Dean Corporate Affairs. Then we have Mr. Harinder Singh Oberoi, Director, NIFTEM. We have Shri Vijay Dhingra, Trustee AIF, and Shri Ashok Kumar, IPS retired, the Vice Chancellor of Sports University of Haryana. And I also wish to acknowledge Bansalji, who have joined us from the DMRC. DMRC is one of our very important partner. We are working with them on urban mobility. And all the friends and who have joined from different parts of the country. So as I have said that the Department of Future and Haryana both are extremely important for us because IIT Delhi per se works on the futuristic technology. We are getting the problems from the people, from the departments, from the industry, and we are trying to build the solution for the future. I think this is the home for us. The Sonipat itself, what we see today is the home for us. Not only as Professor Baidyarao has suggested that we are building up the 40-acre campus right across, but also existing facility in Sonipat campus are to talk about. Few years back, I remember when the Sonipat started, it was always a challenge that how do we bring the people, how do we bring the companies, how do we bring the researchers to the campus which is far off. And it's more of a far in terms of geographic distance, but also in terms mentally that, you have to travel from Hotchkiss to Sonipat. But I'm so glad to share that now the Central Research Facility is able to bring hundreds of researchers, not only from across the India, but also from IIT Delhi main campus. We have Center for Smart Textile and some wonderful technology in textile technology which are working here. We are closely working with the government of Haryana, with Mr. Kapil Dev and Mr. Pullela Gopichand to set up and identify something in sports. So sports tech center does not exist, many of them in India, but we are producing world-class athletes. And Haryana is the best example. I think they are the largest in terms of the sports contribution in Olympic and Commonwealth medal. And given the new sports already been approved with the Commonwealth game and Olympic games coming to India, we have to increase the share. I was discussing in the morning about, let's say, take an example of world-class athlete like Mr. Neeraj Chopra, who is incidentally from Haryana. He's a world-class athlete. He is like Olympic gold medalist. But what does Neeraj Chopra consume? What does Neeraj Chopra wear? What does Neeraj Chopra train on? If you look at the entire persona of Mr. Chopra, he is consuming the food which is given by a foreign company. He is wearing the gear which is manufactured by the foreign company. He is using the bhala which is also done by the foreign company. He is getting trained in the foreign location. So certainly, how do we bring our world-class athletes back here? How do we provide them technology and support services so that they not only have a home in India, but also they get trained to in India and also inspire millions of others. So that's a great opportunity for us. India is now 71 in the sports ranking, but we should certainly try to become number 10 first and then of course number 1 as we go along. The second thing what we are doing with AIC and FIT, the FIT, as Video has said, has emerged one of the most active incubators in recent time. We have close to now 200 startups incubated with us in various technologies. Some breakthrough work, scientific work we are doing, which we are very proud of. Not only we are able to motivate the companies from outside to come and partnership with us, we are now seeing an increasing trend where the faculty members of IIT Delhi are taking initiative in forming a company and becoming a founder of startups. Now in fact, you will be very glad to know, close to 50 of the faculty members are lead in their own startups. And 185 faculty members are participating in the startups either through as a mentor or advisor or some way or other. So which is a welcome news, which covers almost 30% of the faculty population in IIT Delhi. So we are now taking a different stride that not only we work on the lab, but also build a bridge towards the market. AIC, which is housed in Sonipat campus, has also emerged one of the finest AICs in the country. There are now close to 100 AICs across the country, but the fastest emerging, I would say, one of the finest AIC in terms of technology deployment. 40 companies are housed now in Sonipat. And you will see some of the world-class products which are coming out. You can also go outside and see some of the things which are displayed there. A couple of products we'll be launching here today. These are world-class products which are not only good for India, but for the globe. So that's what we are saying is that the technology is agnostic to geography. The idea is agnostic to the place. And we have to move forward. And I'm also glad to announce that not only AIC is limited to Sonipat campus, but we are also taking AIC to abroad. We have been entrusted by the Minister of Education to set up India's first global incubator in Abu Dhabi. Very soon you will see the Atal Incubation Center in Abu Dhabi. We are working closely with the Abu Dhabi team in making that happen. And so that not only our companies, which are IIT Delhi companies and Sonipat companies, are able to see the globalization, but also we will help out other companies and other startups to reach to the global level. So that's another sort of a soft diplomacy from India side. Not only we are doing things in India, but also influencing the world technology. The last thing I want to say is, of course, most of you are aware about the India AI Summit, which is happening next week. If you have not registered, particularly those students and enthusiasts, please do register. 150,000 people are already coming. So you will find a lot of interesting set of people. And we are getting some really high-profile visitors at our campus that also provide an opportunity for us to understand their views and share our views. So we see an exciting time going on for us and for all of us. And I want the participation of all of you in making this collaboration stronger. It is not just the work of the government, it is not just the work of the faculty members, not just the work of the institute. but it's a collaborative work that we have to make it happen. 200,000 startups are already there in the country, but can we make 1 million startup by 2030? That's something we should think of, and the onus is on the young people who are sitting here. And look forward working closely with you, and I'm also welcoming some of the new ideas. So the IIT Delhi is open to you, Sonipat campus is open to you, FIT is open to you, AIC is open to you. Welcome everyone.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable insights and for highlighting the critical role of industry-academia collaboration in building a strong startup ecosystem. Innovation finds its true purpose when it translates into real-world impact. We now move to a very important segment of the Sonipat Startup Summit 4.0, the official product launch ceremony showcasing two promising startups nurtured within the ecosystem. The product being launched today represents innovation in health tech, addressing critical societal and performance needs. I would like to invite Mr. Munish Kumar, founder of Exobot Dynamics Private Limited in health tech sector. Video, please.
मेरा नाम देवेंद्र सिंह है। मैं गोहाना से बिलोंग करता हूँ। हमारे गोहाना में एक राजस्थान की संस्था आई थी, वो फ्री में जैसे विकलांगों को कोई पैर कोई हाथ ऐसे बांट भी रहे थे, तो उनसे भी मैंने वो हाथ लगवाया था, लेकिन वो सक्सेस नहीं है। तो उसका वजन ज़्यादा था, पहनने में ही हाथ को परेशानी होती थी, इतना भारी। ज़्यादा अच्छा महसूस कर रहा हूँ मैडम, ये हाथ पड़ने के बाद कंफर्टेबल है, पहनने में भी परेशानी नहीं हो रही है। अब कुछ उठाना चाहे मेरे को तो जल्दी। और क्या चाहिए मैं, हाथ दो हाथों से तो ऐसा ही हो सकता है ना, ये एग्जाम्पल है मैम, देखिए आप।
It is our honor that this product launch ceremony will be inaugurated by our Honorable Chief Guest and our guest of honor. May I respectfully request the Honorable Chief Guest and the guest of honor to kindly proceed to the stage for the product launch ceremony. आप तो जाओ सबसे पहले।
I would like to inform you, this is the first startup incubated at AICIT Delhi. Now we are going to launch product. That is our real success.
सपनों को लक्ष्य बनाकर जब मेहनत की जाती है तो एक नया भविष्य बनता है। उधर ही है अभी।
मैं बुलाता हूँ सर, मैं बोलूँ
पहले लॉन्च करा देते हैं। The next product being launched today represent innovation in sport tech, address critical societal and performance needs. I would like to invite Mr. Vinay Dangi, founder Spoilin Ventures Private Limited in sport tech sector, on the stage. Video please. I respectfully request all the dignitaries to kindly proceed to the stage for the next second product launch ceremony. Honorable Chief Guest and all the guests of honor. एक दो उधर चले जाओ, उधर।
Heartiest congratulations to the team, and I hope this gets adopted by the National Rifle Association for a regular practice in cooperation, so it is beneficial to all the participants and all the people who are preparing for bigger games.
शूटिंग करने के दौरान में जब हम लोग इसको शूट करते हैं तो पेपर ऑटोमेटिकली नीचे जाएगा शूट करने के बाद। डेटा जो है, जो उसने टारगेट अचीव किया, जो स्कोर उसने अचीव किया, जो पैलेट जिस पोजीशन पे लगा है वो पोजीशन रिमोटली मतलब वायरलेसली, ये वायर और विदाउट वायर दोनों तरीके से कनेक्ट हो जाता है। लैपटॉप पे इमीडिएटली वो रिफ्लेक्ट करेगा। इसके साथ साथ ये टारगेट भी और लैपटॉप भी दोनों जो डेटा है उसको ट्रांसमिट करेंगे क्लाउड पे और मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन पे वो रिफ्लेक्ट करेगा। मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन ओवर द ग्लोब कहीं पे भी होगी तो वहाँ पे स्कोर दिखाई देगा। अगर दिल्ली में शूटिंग हो रही है और यूएसए में कोई ऐप लेके बैठा है तो वो लाइव शूटिंग वहाँ पे देख रहा होगा ऐप के दौरान। दिस इज दैट। तो ये है ओवर द ग्लोब कोई भी स्पोर्ट्स प्रोडक्ट आज की डेट तक डेटा को ट्रांसमिट नहीं कर रहा है। स्मार्ट प्रोडक्ट नहीं है, ये पहला प्रोडक्ट है जो डेटा को ट्रांसमिट करता है और उसको स्टोर रखता है फॉर एनालाइज करने के लिए डेटा को और खिलाड़ी को, प्लेयर को बेटर तरीके से उसकी परफॉर्मेंस दिखाने के लिए। हेलो, इसके साथ ये एक इकोसिस्टम भी क्रिएट करता है जहाँ पे एथलीट जो अभी करंट में शूटिंग कर रहे हैं या किसी भी स्पोर्ट्स में इन्वॉल्व हैं, इसके अलावा वो आम लोग जो अभी खेल में जाना चाहते हैं वो कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं डायरेक्टली ट्रेनर के साथ, और ट्रेनर और एथलीट दोनों कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं फैसिलिटी ओनर के साथ या स्पोर्ट्स एकेडमी के साथ। इसके साथ साथ जो डेटा मशीन से आएगा वो भी डायरेक्टली इसी एप्लीकेशन के अंदर आएगा और उस पर्टिकुलर सेक्शन को वो शेयर कर सकता है अपने ट्रेनर के साथ, अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ। थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you, honorable dignitaries, for inaugurating these innovative products.
One second. I just want to add that very important for all of us to know that all of this equipment in India so far is imported. So now we have the indigenous capability for our archers and shooters in our country.
Thank you so much, honorable dignitaries, for inaugurating these innovative products and for encouraging startups that are creating meaningful impact through technology. सफलता उन्हीं के कदम चूमती है जो जोखिम उठाने का साहस रखते हैं. It is a matter of great honor and privilege for us to have with us the director of the Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi, whose visionary leadership continues to strengthen IIT Delhi's role in national development, innovation, and entrepreneurship. I now have the honor to invite our guest of honor, Professor Rangan Banerjee sir, Director IIT Delhi, to kindly address the esteemed gathering and share his insight on innovation and India's startup ecosystem. Sir, may I request you?
Thank you. Good morning. I'd like to, the Chief Guest, the Principal Secretary, Department of Future of Haryana State, and we at IIT Delhi believe our Sonipat campus is part of our future. So I think we hope that we will play a role in Haryana's future. I think, how many of you are students? Please raise your hand. Okay, large number of students. How many of you are startups? Have startups? How many of you as students aspire to have startups? Okay, great. So you are in the right room at the right time. We at IIT Delhi, I'll just go back a little bit in time. 2022, we were just coming out of COVID. And unfortunately, the new Atal Innovation Center, which we set up in our Sonipat campus, we got hit with COVID. And it was struggling. And at that time, we made some changes. We got new leadership in, and we basically, I'm so delighted that in a short period of about 3 years, 2023, we made some of these changes. We can see today that you have around 40 startups in the Atal Innovation Center and 2 of the startups launching products. I'd like to congratulate the team of Atal Innovation Center for their turnaround. We at IIT Delhi are, we focus on excellence in education and research, but we also want to see that the education and our research and our ideas make an impact in society. Towards this effect, in our campus, we have created this entity called FIT, which is enabling startups and enabling our students, our faculty members to run with our ideas. In doing this, we are trying to not only focus on our own ideas and our innovation, but we want to catalyze the innovation ecosystem in the Delhi NCR region so that we become the hub of innovation and ideas, and we are known as, you know about the Silicon Valley. With the Delhi NCR region becomes the startup capital of the world. We've been fortunate that the Haryana government has given us 50 acres of land here in Sonipat. We are now on our campus. We are one of the 5 original IITs. We are the campus, of course, centrally located in the capital of the country, but we have the smallest campus of these 5 IITs. We have 320 acres, and we are also in the fly zone. So the expansion in our Hoskas campus is a little tricky. And so the Sonipat campus for us is going to be the modern, the next generation campus for our institute. Today, on this campus, we have now started the most powerful AI supercomputer of 250 petaflops, which is a national facility. We will be using it 40% of the time. 60% of the time, it will be available for everyone in the country to use. We have high-end characterization and fabrication facilities. We are creating an atmospheric observatory. We have a drone research center. We have the Atal Innovation Center. We are going to look at quantum, energy, sustainability, healthcare, sports technology, all new domains for us. But we want this to be a vibrant campus which represents the future of IIT Delhi. We are moving from being a single campus institution to a multi-campus institution. We will have currently 3 campuses. One is in our main campus in Hoskas, our new campus in Sonipat, and our new campus in Abu Dhabi. These are the 3 campuses which will take IIT Delhi forward. In Sonipat, we want to be able to support the aspirations of young innovators and all of you. So we will give you the access to our characterization and fabrication facilities. We will give you access to the inputs of our researchers and our technology developers and scientists and faculty on the IIT Delhi campus. We will give you inputs for legal, commercial, and business orientation. We hope to do this in close coordination with industry, and we have many of our industry leaders and government to do that. As we go forward, the future of jobs is very, very uncertain. You've seen what AI is doing. The nature of jobs, many things that humans could do can be done quicker and better by the machine. So we need to be flexible, and we need to not, working in a company, having someone as your boss, it's much better to do your own thing, where you employ people, you are job creators. And this is something that we would like to enable. We would like to enable and support your aspirations and your ideas. There are so many problems in the world, in the region around you, in the state. Look around you. Each problem is a challenge as well as an opportunity. And this is what we can do, whether it is through technology, whether it is through science, whether it is through startups, through new organization, new commercial things. And this is what Atal Innovation Center is about. We would like to see that Atal Innovation Center and our Sonipat campus integrates effectively with all the institutions in the Haryana region, and we will be providing the support that is needed so that we can truly create an ecosystem where new ideas flourish, and through those new ideas, we really make an impact in society. So I'm delighted to be here, and I hope all of you will find more and more reasons to keep coming back to our Sonipat campus to work with us, and so that together we can make a difference, and in the process of making the difference, we can also make some money in the process. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring address and for confirming IIT Delhi's commitment to nurturing innovation and entrepreneurship for national impact. It is our privilege to have with us Dr. Harendra Singh Oberoi, Director, NIFTM, as our esteemed guest of honor. NIFTM has been instrumental in promoting food innovation, entrepreneurship, and industry collaboration in the agri-food sector. May I respectfully invite Dr. Harendra Singh Oberoi, sir, to kindly address the esteemed gathering and share his insight on food tech innovation. Sir, may I request?
Thank you. Very good morning and namaskar to all of you, respected dignitaries on the dais. Madam Amneet P. Kumar, Principal Secretary. I think this is the only state in the country which has this Department of Future. Maybe we'll have Department of Future in the Union government also at some time to come then. My good friend, Professor Somnath, Professor Rangan Banerjee, Director IIT Delhi, all the other esteemed dignitaries on the dais, Shri Ashok Kumar ji, who is the Vice Chancellor of Sports University of Haryana, Shri Vinay Dhingra ji, Dr. Agarwal, and all our esteemed guests who are present on the other side of the dais. I think, as Professor Banerjee rightly said, the future lies in innovations. And all our startups have got some wonderful ideas. Because I come from a food background, from a food tech institute. If you look at the first 3 editions of Shark Tank, most of the food startups were supported by Shark Tank investors. I think it was about 46% the first edition, it rose up to about close to 60% the second edition. But what is actually happening to the startups, that is my personal feeling is, that we are always in a hurry. And if I take it in terms of hurry, hurry makes curry, and that's sort of a slurry. Because startups need to have some patience and perseverance. I've seen many of the startups getting funded by investors, angel investors, as well as VCs. They're not able to move out of the prototype development. It's very important these startups get connected with academic institutes like IIT Delhi, like ours, and many other institutes which are providing BITS Pilani or any other institute for that matter, which is providing a lot of facilities, prototype development facilities, mentoring, technical guidance, and making their labs and facilities available for the startups. So I think, from a food tech background, I think this is one area which needs a lot of evolution and revolution. Food science in India is hardly understood. If I have to talk about the contribution food science has made to the total scientific pursuit, it's very minimal, because we're still evolving compared to the developed countries where people understand the science and tech behind food. We consume food just for the sake of consuming food, maybe just to sleep. We don't really enjoy the science behind food. We don't really enjoy the food. So, but then we also deal with sustainability. We also deal with the applications of digital technologies in food, the circular economy. And we're also organizing one international conference on 26th to 28th of February at a campus in Kundli here. I would request, there's an exhibition planned for startups. I would request most of the startups also to come in and join us for that. And I was talking to Professor Banerjee. In fact, IIT Delhi is about a 67-year-old institute, and we are only a 13-year-old institute. We are like grandson of IIT Delhi. But we've signed a MOU with them, and that MOU gives us a power that, that's what I've been telling him, that you please be a mentor for us so that we work together. And I'm very glad that it's Sonipat Startup Summit has taken place here. I would request, sir, that in the times to come, let's join hands and have a Delhi NCR Summit, Startup Summit, as you said. It could be a gateway to the world, and where you can have a lot of startups coming in. Government of India is also supporting startups. We are also supporting, many other institutes also supporting startups. But then, as I said, that it's very important that you have core science tech startups so that your startup doesn't really fail. You don't sit down after starting up. And I was very glad to see a couple of my students here, my alumni from my institute, who have put up their stalls. They came running to, the moment they saw me, they came running and said, sir, we are also participating in this. I said, very good. And I'm glad to share with you that 6 of my second year BTech students are total are co-founders today. So we at our institute also support our startup students through seed funding, through technical mentorship, through the incubation facilities that we have. We have some wonderful pilot plants as well as one of the best labs in the country that we have in the food science. So, you know, when these institutes like IITs, my NIFTAMs and BITS and all, if we come together and start supporting more of the startups, I think there is a need, I feel, to have a coalition of these institutions for generating a startup ecosystem in the country. As everybody knows, getting a job is going to be extremely difficult. We will be climbing, up mountains. It's very difficult to climb those large mountains. So you have to be job creators, and for creating jobs, you need a good scientific backup. And scientific backing can come from institutes like ours or the universities. There are a lot of schemes where all of you are aware about it, which are there to support the startups. But as I said, like getting money is one thing, but translating that money into a prototype is another thing, and then disseminating that prototype, going for the distribution channels is another thing. So all the startups, my request to all of you is like try to gain knowledge about all that techno-commercial aspects of whatever you're doing. So congratulations to those 2 startups who came and who have launched their product today. I'm sure that, they must have worked out their revenue targets and the future plan. But it's very important that you have a plan for the future. Just have that, like, if you develop a product, which is going to be the niche market, we're going to position it, who are going to be the larger consumers, what will happen? Suppose if I'm not able to make money, if I undergo losses, what will happen? If my EBITDA is in negative, what will happen? So all of these things have to be understood. And let me congratulate IIT Delhi Sonipat campus for organizing this wonderful summit. I think this is the need of an hour. And I think it's time that we organize more of these summits and encourage more and more students from the institutes and universities to take up, to get into the startup ecosystem. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you very much. All the best to all the startups.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable address. Industry foundation partnership play a vital role in nurturing sustainable innovation and empowering startups with long-term vision and support. It is our honor to have with us Shri Vinay Dingraji, Trustee, Honda India Foundation, as our guest of honor. May I respectfully invite Shri Vinay Dingraji to kindly address the impressive gathering and share his perspective on industry-led foundation, corporate responsibility, and support for entrepreneurship. Honda India Foundation also supports 5 deep tech startups in road safety and mobility sector. Sir, may I request you to kindly address.
Thank you very much. Very good morning to all of you. Respected chief guest, distinguished leaders from IIT Delhi, FIT, government, industry, academia, and the vibrant startup community and the aspiring startups also. My sincere greetings to all of you. It's an honor to be here at IIT Delhi Sonipat campus, where ideas evolve into innovation, and innovation becomes national impact finally. And let me begin with a reflection on road safety. Now, some time ago, we were reviewing the road safety statistics, and the accident data was being presented, all the rows of numbers, percentages, and trends. But one entry stayed with us. One young engineer, 22-year-old graduate engineer, first job offer, a short trip to home without helmet. On the junction, a small mistake, he lost his life. And one moment, and that reminded us that road safety is not only about vehicles, it is about protecting human potential and the dreams what everyone has. As India advances towards Viksit Bharat 2047, our aspirations are very bold. We seek to be a developed, self-reliant, globally respected nation, but development is not defined only by infrastructure and GDP numbers. It is defined how safely our citizens move toward opportunity. The Government of India has set a clear target, reducing road fatalities by 50% by 2030, and achieving this requires more than regulation. It requires innovation. Honda's global vision is very clear: achieve carbon neutrality and zero traffic collision fatalities involving Honda vehicles by 2050. Now in India, through Honda India Foundation, which is the CSR arm of all the Honda Campos in India, Honda companies in India, we are very much in line with this vision of the government, with the national priorities, and we work across road safety, education, healthcare, rural development, and environment. But among these, road safety carries particular urgency. For years, we have been working across 4 E's, which is education, enforcement, engineering, and the emergency care. Yet the challenges remain significant. Risky riding behavior, inconsistent helmet compliance, visibility gaps, limited real-time monitoring, and delays in emergency response. Awareness alone is not enough. Enforcement alone is not enough. We need something different for India, and technology must now become the force multiplier. And this belief led us to launch Bharat Safety Program, not as a symbolic initiative, but as a structured platform to mobilize India's deep tech ecosystem towards saving lives. In partnership with AIC IIT Delhi Sonipat Innovation Foundation, we have launched a 2-year incubation initiative to support high potential startups building affordable, scalable, and India-centric road safety solutions. From AI-driven collision prevention systems to smart helmet compliance technologies, rider behavior analytics, enhanced visibility solutions, and data intelligence platforms, our goal is simple: make safety intelligent, proactive, and accessible. The 5 selected startups will receive financial support, expert mentorship, incubation infrastructure, and ecosystem access. But beyond funding, we are offering something very meaningful: a national problem worth solving, and a very huge business case, considering the number of vehicles in India. If any technology being developed can have the retrofitment kind of solution, it becomes a very huge business case. To all the startup founders present here, you're not just building products, you are designing production system for millions. The algorithms you train, the sensors you design, the platform you deploy can determine whether someone returns home safely tonight. That is the power of deep tech, and that is its responsibility. I extend my sincere appreciation to IIT Delhi and the organizing team for partnering with us. Institutions like yours are catalysts for transformation. When academia, industry, and government and entrepreneurs collaborate, the impact multiplies. Let us imagine India where helmets are intelligent and compliance is seamless, vehicles anticipate risk in real time, enforcement is data-driven, and emergency response is rapid and coordinated. This future is possible. We have Department of Future also now, maybe not only Haryana, even India also maybe can have good future if innovation moves from laboratories to highways. Today, I invite all of you to join this mission. Let us make India not only the world's largest two-wheeler market, but also the world's safest two-wheeler ecosystem. Let mobility be faster, let mobility be smarter, but above all, let mobility be safer. Together, let us ensure that no dream is cut short on our roads. Thank you. Jai Hind. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable insights and for reinforcing the role of industry and foundation in strengthening India's startup ecosystem. It is our honor to have with us Shri Ashok Kumar Ji, retired IPS, Vice Chancellor, Sports University of Haryana, as our esteemed guest of honor. With his distinguished service and leadership in sports and public administration, his perspective on youth development, performance, excellence, and the integration of sport and technology are truly invaluable. May I respectfully invite Shri Ashok Kumar sir to kindly address the esteemed gathering.
Honorable Director Sir, IIT Delhi, Chief Guest of the Day, Principal Secretary Ma'am, other dignitaries on the dais and in the auditorium, and dear students. I am myself an alumnus of IIT Delhi. I did my BTech in 86 and MTech in 88. So I feel proud to be here for this summit, Sonipat Startup Summit. And also, since I belong to Haryana, another moment of being proud for me that IIT Delhi is bringing up such a beautiful campus in Haryana. I won't take long, just taking off from where Dr. Nikhil Agarwal mentioned that we need indigenization of sports in India. We are at a stage where sports has taken off, and it's going to be an industry which will be more than 1 lakh crores, because we are going to have 2030 Commonwealth here, and we are bidding for 2036 Olympics. So the sports industry is going to grow, exponentially. And we are using all, whether it's sportswear, whether it is sports nutrition, whether it is sports equipment, or it is sports science equipment. Everything is imported. And the gaps are very, very big. I see kayaking, canoeing, you see gym, you see any other equipment, shooting as my coach was mentioning. The gaps are very big, and the gaps in prices are also very big. The foreign equipment is at least 4 to 5 times more costly than Indian component. So we need to fill both these gaps of quality as well as of cost. And that is what IIT Delhi startup team can do. And maybe some of you can take up these projects. And also, as I said, we need to indigenize sports, including our nutrition, because we are all totally dependent on foreign this thing. I'm a vegetarian. Haryana is mostly vegetarian, producing so many, champions. It's not necessary that you have to be non-veg. We can develop so many nutritious elements within vegetarianism. This is what I believe. So we have to adapt to Indian system of nutrition, Indian system of sportswear, same everywhere. That is what I would request this August gathering, that let's all work towards this goal, that indigenization of sports and sports technology and sports science equipment, it will help India a lot. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your words. It is our honor to have with us Professor Preeti Ranjan Panda, Dean Corporate Relations, IIT Delhi, as our guest of honor. May I respectfully invite sir to kindly address the impressive gathering.
Thank you. I will not take too much time, but it's really a pleasure to witness this 4th edition of the Sonipat Startup Summit. Like the director already mentioned, the campus here is a very important part of our future journey and future plans. What we see is a small part, like Somnath already pointed out, but the agenda is big, though the planning is massive in scale, and it is great to see announcements, open announcements to the faculty members of the institute saying, anybody has any idea for teaching or research in the campus, put it forward and we'll take that. That kind of a luxury was never there for us in the institute, considering the space constraints that we are under. The startup ecosystem that lies here and is rapidly growing is a very important part of our agenda of reaching out. And Haryana is a place where a number of important intersections happen. So there is the agri-tech industry, there is the textile, and there is sports. So these are very, these are of strategic interest to the state, and it is our privilege that we are located here, and a platform that the Sonipat Startup Summit provides to all of us. It's a nice checkpoint, an annual checkpoint for us to review our progress, and it is great to see 40+ startups here. And the majority of students being here. We didn't ask them how much you would like to take up higher studies, but they did say, but we asked them, how many of you want to start your companies? And they said yes, so we are on the right track. The studies part of it happens along the way, of course. My best wishes for the summit. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring words. Visionary governance and technology-driven policy are key enabler in shaping the future of innovation, entrepreneurship, and public service delivery. It is our great honor to have with us Shrimati Amneet P. Kumarji, IAS Principal Secretary, Department of Future Government, Government of Haryana as our chief guest. May I respectfully invite Ma'am to kindly address the eminent gathering and share her perspective on future-ready governance, innovation-led public system, and the role of startup in transforming governance and industry. Madam, may I request you to kindly address us.
Thank you. Dignitaries on the dais, esteemed colleagues, faculty members, people who have contributed their lifetime in building of our country, dear students, media persons, it is my proud privilege to be here amongst you today to attend this startup event at the IIT Delhi campus at Sonipat, Haryana. तो students ठीक हैं सब? तो चीफ गेस्ट होने का क्या क्या फ़ायदे होते हैं? चीफ गेस्ट होने के फ़ायदे होते हैं कि आप amongst the other guests you are chief, but एक ये भी होता है जब इतने अच्छे गेस्ट हों और सबने eloquently आपको सब कुछ बता दिया हो तो चीफ गेस्ट क्या बताएगा? तो क्या बताना चाहिए आपको? तो briefly मैं अपना perspective government point of view आपको बता देती हूँ. How many of you know what is a digital public good? Any hands raised? Any Google answers? What is a digital public good? Come on, come on. Girls? Yes? जोर से लगा दो. Digital public good. Why is it important for India to have digital public goods? Have you heard of the Jan Dhan Trinity? Have you heard of UPI?
Yes, ma'am.
How many have used it? How many have you used DigiLockers? DigiLockers? Okay, you're all using digital public goods. Who's building these goods? Okay, why are they building this? To have a robust digital public infrastructure in place. Why? Because we are the largest democracy and the functioning of a democracy rests on the bedrock of transparency and accountability. These are not just words. In the service delivery that we aim at, that we focus at, Honorable Prime Minister has given us a vision of Viksit Bharat 2047. Very good. And in Haryana, Honorable Chief Minister has provided us with a vision where he set up a Department of Future. And once when I was called in a meeting and told that you are going to be the new Principal Secretary of this department, I was looking here and I was looking there, and Director IIT was also, saying कि ये कौन सा department है. When I got posted, I got a call from my father. He said, you have been posted as Department Secretary of Future Department. ये क्या करेगा? तो क्या करना चाहिए फ्यूचर डिपार्टमेंट को? क्या करना चाहिए? Very good. Skills for the future. That side? Innovation. Very good. Then? Building what for future? What do you need for future? Okay. Okay. So briefly, countries like Sweden, Norway, UK, Singapore, everybody has a Department of Future. You will go back, you will start looking through that. So what do these countries do? Any developed country has an agenda of not just protecting their past, their present, but also making sure that the future is protected. We are today talking about AI, we are talking about artificial intelligence. More than a technological advancement, it is also a disruptive technology. Is it not? Few of the speakers before me, they told you that your jobs are going to be very difficult. A lot of you will find difficulty in getting jobs, careers, or however that framework works. Why is that happening? Because the disruption is real, and the future prediction is more difficult. You don't have an algorithm to predict anything. Could we predict COVID? We all lived through it. You all lived through it. I was, in fact, Secretary Health when we lived through it. And what helped India survive? 2, 3 things. Our strong public health system, vaccination in the public health system, service delivery models that we developed, and the softwares and the tech management that we introduced by way of CoWIN. In fact, we sampled it and we ran it in Haryana first, and then we upscaled it later. So our country, which is a developing country, which has limited resources, it is our honorable duty to utilize every rupee for the benefit of public good. And technology is a great enabler, AI is a great enabler, which will help us deliver the services to the last man standing. तो जो अंत्योदय का कॉन्सेप्ट है और जो आपकी लास्ट मैन स्टैंडिंग इन द डिलीवरी चेन, उसको अगर आपने राहत प्रोवाइड करनी है, आप में से कितने लोग सरकारी हॉस्पिटल विजिट किए हैं रिसेंटली? करें हैं? वेरी गुड. तो कोई मैसेज आया कि सर्विस कैसी थी, या वहाँ बोर्ड पढ़े कैसी थी, फीडबैक सिस्टम कुछ आया? कोई गवर्नमेंट के फीडबैक सिस्टम्स लाइसेंस बनवाने गए तब आया? तो how is government interacting with you? Earlier it was top-down approach, that government will provide a service, you will gain the service, and the transaction is complete. Now there is a feedback protocol, that you give a feedback that yes, I had to stand in the queue, this was the reason, my record was delayed, the machine was not working. So how is governance responding with the help of technology? It is becoming more robust and citizen-centric. Okay? So I don't want to throw big words at you. So you know what is citizen-centric? You are the citizens, we are the citizens. If I have a service which I have availed for, and government is able to account for it, deliver it in a given time period, and also take a feedback from me to improve it, that system works well. And its system keeps on constantly getting improved. That is the focus of service delivery in government sector. So we were just talking about what the Department of Future is going to do. So in Haryana, what we have done till now is, we have set up 43 foresight units in 43 departments. तो ये foresight unit क्या करता है? जैसे आप लोगों ने अपना एक timetable बनाया हुआ सबने? 3-month timetable, 6-month timetable. Hands? What to do after college timetable? Not go to Goa, but what to do really? What to do after college? Everybody has a plan in place? So government also has a plan in place. In Haryana now, every project that is above 50 crore gets vetted through a framework which we have created, and we are able to predict what will be the challenges in near future and how we will be able to utilize that to achieve the sustainable development goals and also achieve the Viksit Bharat goals. So simple hai, but the framework is new and we are testing it. In this budget, probably when you see Haryana's budget coming up in next fortnight or so, you will hear some announcements about it, that how Haryana is leveraging tech, utilization of AI and theoretical frameworks in order to bring evidence to action. So lots of academicians are sitting here. So the rouse is always कि पढ़ाया कुछ जाता है, लेकिन असली में जब real life में जाते हो तो होता कुछ और है. ऐसे ही होता है ना? ऐसे ही होता है? तो फिर ऐसे तो कैसे चलेगा? तो ये जो इवेंट है, इस इवेंट का और बाकी जितने स्टेक होल्डर्स ने आपके साथ बात शेयर करी, तो ये किसने कम करना है? या आपने ही कम करना है? कैसे कम करना है? Idea. What is startup? Startup is a seed. It's an idea which was there in your mind. Like we just saw 2 big products being launched today. One product leveraged the utilization of technology for helping persons with disability or persons who require support in the long term. And the second, supported sports persons to improve their performance. तो एक तो excellence की तरफ जा रहा है, एक utility की तरफ जा रहा है. तो जो आपके ideas हैं, उसको जब आप framework create करते हो, फिर startup बनाते हो, फिर उसको upscale करते हो, तो कितनों के startup चल रहे हैं? कुछ हाथ तो पहले खड़े किए हुए थे. कुछ registered startups हैं? Okay. कौन सा वो area कौन सा आपका? Infotech. Insurance tech, okay. Recycling, okay, that's good, okay. Others, yes? Food processing, very good. तो ideas अलग अलग हैं, अलग अलग ecosystem में काम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन आप students के लिए क्यों ज़रूरी है startup के बारे में पता करना? Because that idea, when you design something, when you really go on to introduce that, when you execute it, it will be full of challenges. आपके mentors आपको बताएंगे, आपके professor साहब, 1000 बार fail हो गए तो एक बार pass हो गए. तो 1000 बार fail होने से डरना नहीं है. एक बार pass होने के लिए 1000 बार fail होना ज़रूरी है. तो उस idea को execute करने के लिए जो आपको strength चाहिए, invention या new capacity building के लिए, वो कहाँ से आ रही है? वो ऐसे landmark institutions, whether it is IIT Delhi, whether it is other landmark institutions, whether it is flagship projects like Atal Innovation Mission, whether it is big organizations like Niti Aayog, they are here to support you in your ideas. It's such a beautiful ecosystem. They are your mentors. They are there to support you. You are the youngsters. You're supposed to have ideas. And they will help and support you by creating infrastructure which is in public domain. तो जैसे बताया गया कि एक सुपर कंप्यूटर है जो बहुत अच्छी जिसकी कैपेसिटी है चर्न करने की डेटा, लेकिन डेटा तो आप ही प्रोवाइड करेंगे ना, आइडिया तो आप ही प्रोवाइड करेंगे. तो जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं आपके ऊपर तो बहुत जिम्मेवारी हो गई. एआई आपको हैंडल करनी है, डिसरप्टिव टेक्नोलॉजी हैंडल करनी है, जॉब का डिफ़िकल्टी हैंडल करना है, आइडिया ग्रो करना है. तो इतने सारे चैलेंजेस के बीच जब आप सब इस मंच पे बैठते हो, तो ये मंच इसीलिए कहते हैं ना कि इट इज़ अ प्रिविलेज टू बी अमंगस्ट ऑल ऑफ यू. द प्रिविलेज इज़ नॉट जस्ट माइन और आवर्स. द प्रिविलेज इज़ अ कॉमन पूल ऑफ आइडियाज़ दैट वी आर लुकिंग एट और द कॉमन इंटरैक्टिव पॉइंट्स दैट वी आर अराइविंग एट. तो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ हरियाणा की तरफ से मुझे यहाँ आमंत्रित करने के लिए बहुत बहुत आज के लिए धन्यवाद. और मैं आशा करती हूँ कि सोनीपत में जो ये कैंपस नया बिल्ड हुआ है और जिसमें इतनी अच्छी फैकल्टी और मार्गदर्शन में डायरेक्टर आईआईटी के मार्गदर्शन में ये चल रहा है, और जो अटल इनोवेशन में सीईओ श्री दीपक बागला जी का कंट्रीब्यूशन है और सीईओ नीति का कंट्रीब्यूशन है, मैं आशा करती हूँ कि इस तरह के इवेंट्स सभी बच्चों को, स्टूडेंट्स को, पेरेंट्स को, मेंटर्स को प्रोत्साहित करेंगे कि आप जो एकेडेमिया और इंडस्ट्री, एकेडेमिया और गवर्नमेंट, उनका ब्रिज आप एक क्रिएट कीजिए, सो दैट वॉट एवर वी डू वी आर एबल टू गिव इट बैक टू द सोसाइटी एंड कम्युनिटी इन अ ट्रू सेंस. सो इसी के साथ आप सबका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. जय हिंद.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your visionary address. As a token of our respect and gratitude, I request Dr. Nikhil Agrawal, sir, Managing Director, FITT Delhi, to kindly present a memento to our honorable chief guest. As a token of our respect and gratitude, I request Shri Alok Pandey, CEO AICIT Delhi, to kindly present a memento to our honorable guest of honor, Professor Rangan Banerjee, sir, Director IIT Delhi. Dr. Harinder Singh Obrai, Director, NIFTEM. Shri Vinay Dingra ji, Trustee, Honda India Foundation. I request Alok sir to kindly present a token of our respect and gratitude. Professor Somnath Beda Roy, Head iTech Parks, IIT Delhi, Sonipat Campus. Professor Preeti Ranjan Panda, IIT Delhi, Dean Corporate Relations.
So we are just, for the guests, we are going for the visit, but for you, that is important, be patient for 30 minutes only. We have planned a very curative, very strategic panel discussion for tier 2 and tier 3 cities students only. So there is a panel member is 5 to 6 panel member from VCs, higher side VCs, from the government and from the industry. So that is panel is for you. We are just starting the panel discussion for next 30 minutes. Then after you are free to visit all the booths. You are here till 5:30. You have lot of time to click pictures. I know in the starting they are taking a group pics and all. You have second half free for all these things. So just all the guests just moving with me, but you will stay here for next 30 minutes for the panel discussion that is designed for you only. Thank you.
Sir. चेंज करो ये हटाओ नेम प्लेटें सारी जल्दी हाँ ये रखी रहने दो बॉटल रखी रहने दो
Sir, please. Sir, this way.
Sir, outside the VIP lobby. Yes, I will call. नहीं ऊपर से. India's next phase of deep tech growth will be driven not only by metropolitan hubs but by the immense potential emerging from Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities where talent, affordability and scale coverage. This panel discussion brings together policy leaders, scientists, industry experts, investors and ecosystem enablers to deliberate on how innovation originating in laboratories can be translated into scalable market solution and how India's growing innovation cluster beyond metros will shape Bharat Deep Tech Decade. It is my privilege to introduce our esteemed panelists for this important discussion. Shri T.K. Sundara Murthy ji, former Mission Director, ISRO. Sir, please come on to the stage. Shri Ghanshyam Bansal ji, Director General, DMRC Academy. Dr. Mohammad Rehan, Director General, National Institute of Solar Energy. Shri Vikram Gupta ji, Founder and Managing Partner, ICAP Ventures Advisory Private Limited. Shri Jeet Bagh ji, Founder and CEO, Ideawaz. Shri Aditya Gupta Das ji, Co-Founder and CEO, CAP Hashtag. Dr. Anju Gupta, Partner, IBY CAP Venture. And moderator, the session will be moderated by Shri Ankit Harjai, Principal Investment and CIO, Mount Tech Growth Fund Kavach, who brings deep experience in startup investment and scaling deep tech venture. Sir, may I invite you to kindly take over the session. Students, please, आप लोग बैठ जाइए. ये पैनल सिर्फ आपके लिए ही रखा गया है कि टियर 2, टियर 3 सिटीज़ के लिए कि एक स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम हम लोग क्या हेल्प कर सकते हैं. I request moderator Shri Ankit sir, please start.
I would firstly thank IIT Delhi for putting together this particular panel. And this topic is more appropriate and the time has come as far as tier 2 and tier 3 cities are concerned. And India is also trying to ride on a wave of deep tech startups going forward. So I would like to introduce this topic, plus also talk about a few anecdotes in terms of how each of the participants in this particular panel have contributed in building deep tech ecosystem in certain aspect, and also try and cover how deep tech as a ecosystem is evolving right from the mindset shift, which most of our researchers, innovators, and inventors are going through. What are the skill sets each of these researchers and innovation professionals have to go through in order to develop those ventures? And lastly, cover about how the collaboration shall happen between all the ecosystem players, right from the VC funds, your corporates, as well as the startup owners coming out of the tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So I'll start with the mindset shift, how really the tier 2 cities and tier 3 cities, especially we are in the Sonipat campus of IIT Delhi, and how this mindset shift where the researchers should at least start looking at creating out commercially viable ventures rather than only the technology, because most of the time we have heard stories that the technology is under development for the last 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, but there is no commercially viable venture coming out of any of the institutes. But now the things are moving, and there are steps, especially at the institute level as well as at the government level, where we are trying to put forward a case where commercially viable ventures are getting created. So I'll open the panel here and request each of the panelists to contribute how this mindset shift is happening and how do we take it forward from there.
Good morning, afternoon, everybody. Thank you for having me here, and thanks, Ankit. So I work at IVCAP Ventures, and we work across the academic institutes, the IITs, the IIMs, across. So we get a great opportunity. Now there are 23 IITs. And I think we are seeing a lot of talent, a lot of innovation. When you look at cities like Indore, Jaipur, Coimbatore, Bhopal. And like Ankit said, with the new RDI fund coming in, that there is government support. I think what we are now working through the alumni network, through all these institutes, to now support that with an enabling ecosystem, right? There is a lot of talent, good ideas. One, people don't know that these ideas are there. And two, these founders need some support to actually grow their ideas from research into a commercial business. So we are doing a lot of work working through the alumni network to enable this connection, working with a lot of organizations, corporates, to create awareness about what is happening, share their information on the type of problems they are trying to solve. So I think the need of the hour in the tier 2, tier 3 cities is to really create an enabling ecosystem, and which is what we are doing a lot.
Aditya. Thank you for asking me to join the panel. It's my great pleasure to address all of you. So I'm Aditya Das, co-founder and CEO of Capash. What we do is we help international startups launch in San Francisco Bay Area, make them US ready, and go to market. So from a global market perspective, deep tech is two hard problems. One is to have a scientific truth, and the other one is to have a validation truth. Looking at the India Tier 2 and Tier 3, I believe we have a scientific truth. We have world-class research, strong talent, and proximity to the world, real-world problems. The challenge that I'm seeing is validation truth. So in order, so if you go to the global markets, people often ask who will pay, who will deploy, who will regulate. So in order to mitigate this validation truth, we should reach out to the ecosystem partners, have early contacts early on, even with the labs, or a partner who works on a global standard. If you look at the Silicon Valley perspective, they don't have science which is better than us, but they have an ecosystem which asks questions to early assumptions, and so that early ideas get scrapped out and strong ones gets conviction fast. So the opportunity today for Indian Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities is to implement parallel implementation. We need to build and execute, develop technology locally, and also validate the technology on the global market. Thank you.
Good afternoon, all my co-panelists and all the guests, students and all. This is an important session, there is no doubt about it. And actually the title says, it conveys the essence of it, from lab to market. So I'll share my views or my perspective, and it is formed out of my 2-3 prior experiences. So basically I'm a professor of electrical engineering, and I have served in an institute, in an organization which will come definitely under Tier 2, as you are saying. And second is, as Director General of National Institute of Solar Energy, some idea of what is happening in the green energy sector. So one thing which we felt that in engineering, some sort of divergence from the real world problems was there, especially that happened over the last 2 decades or so. So our academia was operating in sort of a different world, and the real world was operating naturally in its own dynamics. So this startup initiative, which has strengthened in last 6-7 years, I think that has, to a large extent, that has addressed that problem. So as we say in electrical engineering, that connect to ground is the most important thing. If you lose connect to the ground, then you have lost everything. So same is the case with the researchers, innovators, educators, teachers and all. So because every education, every research, the underlying idea is to address the societal problems. And that you can do only if you are connected with the ground, the problems. So how I say it, that we should follow global standards, but aware of the local problems. In fact, IIT Bombay conducted some study a few years back, and it was shown that when you involve the students in the local problems, then their classroom understanding is much better compared to if you are talking about the general things. So this startup thing has sort of addressed that. Second thing which I believe is, we are used to classifying engineering into domains or departments. This is electrical, this is mechanical, this is civil. But the real world problems are actually, they do not occur like these boundaries. They are at the intersection of different areas. So somebody said that the world has problems, but the universities have departments. So again, I say that this startup push is sort of addressing that also, because if you want to go for developing something, innovating something, then developing something, then you need to learn, you need to see through the lens of interdisciplinarity. So that is something very important. Now this is the general part of what I wanted to share. Now I'll take 2-3 minutes more, and I'll focus on one specific area, that is green energy transition. So all of us are aware of a green revolution in our country which happened many decades back. But you see another sort of green revolution is going on, but this is this time in the sector of energy. What is happening? We are completely overhauling the electricity sector and shifting it from coal-based system to a system which is environment friendly, which is clean and green, dominated by solar, wind and hydro and supported by nuclear and coal. So this transition is guided by the Panchamrit promises of Honorable Prime Minister, and I advise the students particularly, no matter which area you belong to, maybe you are from civil, maybe you are from some other branch, but you are a user of electricity and you should be aware of what is happening, and I am sure once you go through these details, you will be proud of what our country has achieved in only a span of 10 years. Now, what is happening? We have seen power system, power grid from a point of view that there are certain large-scale power plants situated in remote areas, and we are getting electricity transmitted through these plants. But now, if you look around yours, you will find power plants on your rooftop, on the rooftop of your college and all. So it is being converted to a decentralized system. And there is a scheme dedicated to it which is called PM Surya Ghar. So under that, 1 crore rooftops are to be solarized. Then the agriculture is getting solarized, that is PM Kusum scheme. So the system which was a central system is now being turned into a decentralized system. And there is a whole lot of issues and challenges when we are going to a completely new system. So there are options for innovators. How we manage this new system, how we forecast solar energy load in a better way to manage this system in a better way. Another thing is, an interesting thing is peer-to-peer energy transaction. This is also gaining momentum. Two people enter into an agreement that I will be the seller, you will be the buyer, and there is no third person involved. Then utilization of solar energy during daytimes so that the burden on grid on night time is not there, to promote people charge their electric vehicles during daytime. Then there is a green hydrogen thing happening. So there are so many things in the green energy transition. There are so many opportunities for innovation and applying your ideas. So I will urge all the young people to look into the details of this. As far as NISE is concerned, we have started a RE startup hub in NISE, and AIC IIT Delhi is an important partner in that. So if you have some of the ideas related to green energy, renewable energy, this transition, then you are most welcome to explore this RE startup hub which we have started at NISE, and I am sure your contribution will be impactful, it will be useful for your career growth, as well as you will be able to contribute to this national story of transition from a coal-based or non-green system to a green energy system. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Good afternoon, friends. I think a very good panel discussion is going on. And before I start saying anything, I must tell about myself and my organization. I think everybody may be knowing about the DMRC. You might have read on this also. And before coming to DMRC, I was in railways. I have spent about 33 years in Indian Railways. And both the organizations are, I would say, very great organizations in the manner that they are doing basically the social service. They are not the commercial entities, they are the social services. Because you might have seen the fare in DMRC is absolutely minimum. That is much below the actual cost which may be incurred by us. Similarly, in Indian Railways, on every ticket it is printed that only 47% is being charged from you. 53% is absorbed by the government. Why all these things are being made by the government? Because we have to see the overall scenarios and how the inflation can be controlled. And that's why the innovation becomes very important, that whatever the technology we are importing from outside, that should be minimized. And we should have everything made in our country. That is very cheap. I would say it may be cheaper by, you may say, 80%. Only 20% cost may be there. Only 1/5 may be there. 1/4 may be there. So I think this is the impetus of the government now, after 2016. 16th of January, I think, it is the absolute date when the innovation was launched by Honorable Prime Minister in India, that we should have innovations under the DPIIT. And these type of Atal Incubation Center by Niti Aayog, they are doing a wonderful job. And these type of programs are for the young people who are in the college. They should have the great ideas in your mind, so that when you come out of the college, you should not be the job seekers, you should be the job providers. Because you can innovate something. As you have seen today, there are 2-3 developments have been made, and you can also do the same type of thing. Earlier, this opportunity was not available. The government was only facilitator. Now they are proactively coming forward. They are giving you the support. Every support is being given. You see in this campus, space is being given, funds are being given. There is a coordination between the academia, industry, and the government. All these things were not available 1 decade ago. Rather, we started late in India. We started aggressively after 2016. But can we compare with China? They had started in 1990, or rather before that also. So that's why we are slightly lagging behind, but it is never too late. And we want to have your cooperation as a young officers who can involve themselves in the innovations. But before the innovation, you should have many ideas. And any idea is a very good idea. It is not an idiotic idea. Somebody might say, ki, everything has been done, what should I do? No, things can be done. You have seen today, 2 products are there. So I think with this in mind, everybody should involve in this, a mission which is started by the government of India. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. I think it's really a pleasure to see the young entrepreneurs and then enthusiastic students to be in this startup conclave. Mainly, I would like to say I'm not from the industry, I'm from Department of Space. So, from the space technology point of view, yes, we started our things from scratches, I can say. In probably early 70s, we started our journey. At the time, we were not having anything to start with. So, we learned things. And then, one thing I would like to emphasize is, we were trying to grow whatever we have with us. It is not that we were depending on somebody else to give the technology and then we wanted to do it. Whatever available to us, we have utilized it. I think one small example I can tell. Way back in 1978, we were not having a platform to test our spacecraft with RF transparent. Now, I have the facility which was established around 40 crores, but in 1978, our entire budget itself was not to that much. So, what we did was, how do I have a non-conducting platform? When we were discussing, we had an idea, why not we use bullock cart that is available to us? But that gives me a platform of non-conductive, so I can do the RF testing in the open field. This is how we have done. Now, I think all of you have been given all the opportunities available to you. In those days, the facilities were not that much available to us, but we were having the zeal to do it. We were determined to achieve it. That's how we could come up. Now, I have recently, some 2 months back, I had been to an international school. School students from 6th standard to 10th standard, the kind of projects which they have displayed, something like 150 projects which they have done, of that most are all environmental friendly, and the kind of ideas which they have come up was really amazing. I was really taken aback by seeing some of those things. So that way, I think nowadays, the opportunities are available to you, and then you can come out with innovative ideas. But only one thing is what we require is, whatever it could be, your idea, you try to come out. Otherwise, nobody will be knowing what is that you are trying to have. So, first you try to come out and try to discuss with the concerned set of people. People are available to you. So, if you have any such good ideas, please come out and discuss. Only by discussion with the concerned experts or the field people, it is very difficult for us also to find out and then come out and then realize my ideas. So the idea, first of all, whatever you are trying to have, try to discuss and come out, and then maybe, yes, in your class you can discuss with your teacher, or if you are in an industry, you try to discuss with your boss, or you try to take it and then have a discussion. Then we will be definitely fructify that idea, and then it could be, see, morning we have seen this hand as well as the sports training things. Like that, there are many things which can be coming up. In fact, I saw very recently, one student has developed a helmet, okay, which can alert him when he is going over speed. And then if there is a vehicle coming just opposite to you, it can alert. But only thing is, he could be modifying that helmet, but that weight was around 2 kg. But I told him, you try to reduce the weight so that it will be of much useful, so that you can avoid a lot of accidents, so that you can save the life. I think one of our, in the introductory meeting, they were telling about road safety and all, no. So that way, there are many things to come up. I think I can keep talking, but the only thing is, yes, I'm also interested in listening kind of a useful discussion during our panel discussions. I think I'll hand over the mic to the next expert, so that let's have a kind of a positive vibe, and then try to see how we can have the startups eco-friendly, and then it should be of use to the society. That is most important. And most important is, whatever the resources available within us, we try to maximize it, rather than looking for somebody else. This I am telling from my personal experience. What happened was, after our nuclear test, all the countries, they banned all scientific and high research things to us. It has come as a boon. What people say, no, if one door is closed, many doors we can find out and then open up it. So that's how now I can tell our Department of Space, whether you take a satellite technology or rocket technology, almost 90 to 95% we have our own. We are not depending on somebody else. In fact, today I can say, many countries, the country which has banned, USA, is after us. 6 months back, we have launched one of the costliest satellite which ever launched was 15,000 crore was the satellite cost. That is that NASA, ISRO synthetic aperture radar. Now the data is being used by all. And whatever we have, now I think India is the leader in remote sensing. The data is available to you so that you can utilize, whether it could be agriculture, or it could be a town planning, or it could be a road laying things. Lot many avenues are there. You can make use of those things and then try to have, we are having a very good software knowledge and other things. Yes, let us see how it unfolds. All the very best for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello. Can you hear me? Yeah. Thank you so much. I'll be short. I know that we have a lot of people here on the stage. IVCAP Ventures started in 2011 with the concept of building in the endowment ecosystem. Part of our profits go back to the educational institutions to help set up the endowments. We conceptualized India's first endowment fund at IIT Delhi, which was launched in 2019. The idea behind that is basically to fund innovation more as a grant program for early stage deep tech innovation. Quite fortunate that it has taken off very well, not just in IIT Delhi, but in other IITs as well. And I think very specific to the topic that we're discussing here, it's very exciting to see that of the 200,000 plus registered startups out of India, more than 50% actually coming from tier 2, tier 3 towns, which is actually quite exciting to see. In fact, what we are seeing is basically the tier 2, tier 3 towns are actually now, building clusters and building very specific, programs and the focus areas. For example, if you look at just Pune as an example, it's building focus in automotive and tech innovation. If you look at Rajkot, it is looking at precision engineering cluster. If you look at Coimbatore, it is looking at textiles and material science cluster. If you look at Ludhiana, it's looking at agriculture and textiles as a cluster. So you'll see each of these geographies, specifically the tier 2, tier 3 towns, are actually focusing on very specific areas. And I think that's a very good thing happening now. And over and above, we're also noticing state governments like Kerala, Odisha, these governments are actually putting a lot of capital behind startups and also working with funds like us. We are collaborating with quite a few state governments to actually help promote startups from these areas. And I think the message for the founders is that it really doesn't matter where you come from. I think the ecosystem is now building for you and is available for you, and you should really leverage what is getting created. And I think things are changing very substantially. And I think if you look at all the things that are coming together, whether it is the government policy, regulations, infrastructure, venture capital support, the mentorship programs, and the educational hubs. We are, of course, if you look at the tier 2 cities like Jammu, and I was born in Jammu, so very interesting to see that Jammu is one of the cities which has both an IIT and an IIM. Indore was the first city to have an IIT and an IIM. So it's very interesting to see the educational hubs actually building across the tier 2, tier 3 towns. And around these educational hubs, you would see a lot of talent building up, a lot of infrastructure building up, a lot of support system building up, and therefore funding coming into the whole ecosystem right from early stages till very late stages. In fact, we at IVCAP, we now invest anywhere between 1 crore, as low as 1 crore in a startup founder, going up to 100 crores in a single investment to begin with. And all this is domestic capital. We've raised all domestic capital, and we manage about 6,000 crores today. A substantial part of our profits go back to the IITs as endowments, and similar kind of initiatives we are seeing now, where people are very supportive. Corporates, we are seeing very, very collaboratively working with startups now. They work with us as well. There are quite a few corporates. In fact, Anju, who's sitting on the stage here, She manages this entire program, working with the corporates, with the educational institutions, with the startups, with the deep tech startups, etc. So that's a program focused on helping early stage innovation to get all the support that they need, whether it is funding or mentorship or access to good corporates or talent and other things, which is what we believe is required. So it's great to see so many hands up here. It's also great to see our chief guest in the morning as running the Department of Future. I haven't heard of that in India before. It's actually amazing. And one thing I noticed here also, she actually came forward on the stage and was actually interacting directly with the audience. I think that shows that she's actually looking for direct feedback from all of you. And I think as startup founders, as researchers, innovators, I think it's great actually we are seeing leadership like this coming forward and asking for inputs and advice. And I think you should not hesitate if you have ideas to give back to the government and back to the ecosystem, which is actually going to build a very strong nation as India. So I think that's what I want to say. So thank you so much.
Vikram, I would like to request you if you could share an anecdote on a portfolio company of yours, Rana Semiconductors, which you have funded recently, coming in from a tier 2 city, being built by a founder who doesn't come in from the IIT ecosystem, but has done a lot of work from grit and has been able to find his own way while building a silicon ingot manufacturing company. So I would suggest if you could add a bit of a story around it.
Yeah, so I was giving examples of Odisha and Kerala. In fact, very interesting to see the quality of deep tech founders coming from these two states. In fact, I was in Kerala last month, and I met almost about 300-400 startup founders over there. It was mind-boggling to see the innovation which is happening in biotech, in space tech, in defense tech, and also in quantum. Honestly, I was not expecting the kind of the quality of talent which was in those areas. And the good thing is that there is a lot of support which I saw. In fact, I actually recommended the idea to the Kerala government to set up an endowment fund on the lines of what we did for IIT Delhi, where the diaspora of Kerala actually lives across the world, and Kerala is the second largest receiver of the money that comes from abroad. And that itself is a big opportunity. And I think I do believe that when this kind of support system is building up, it's great to be part of this ecosystem. And I think there are quite a few examples that we are seeing. Odisha, we are seeing a healthcare startup which we're investing in. It's a very interesting healthcare startup which is in the gut health space, in a personalized gut health, linking it to the gene, and actually building personalized medicine for individuals. And I think it's an innovation coming from Odisha. And we are quite excited about it. And there is a robotic startup out of Kerala that we are actually looking at right now, which we believe could actually change the game when it comes to manufacturing. So there are these examples that we are quite excited about.
Ganjamji, I would like to specifically ask you, DMRC has set up a booth here, and you're contributing in terms of the training of a lot of other corporates as well. Is this facility also available to the startup founders or deep tech founders who are looking to build out of the Sonipat campus and contribute?
Yes, definitely. Friends, we are having DMRC Academy. I think you may be knowing. Some of you might have visited also. It is having very good facilities for mainly for the people from the metro and non-metro also. But visits are being conducted, and recently we have started the innovation policy also. And there are many pain points when you are running a very big organization like DMRC or Indian Railways. You are having many pain points. You have to have so many things which have to be develop as per the time passes, because every time things become obsolete or like this. And as far as the development is concerned, we are having some innovations, inbuilt innovations in our DMRC, like in our signaling system. We have developed our own IATS, automatic train supervision. Earlier it was taken from the outside, but now we have developed indigenously. And similarly, we are having communication-based train control system. Because whenever the trains are passing, you may be astonishing why the train can come within few minutes, rather 2-3 minutes, the next train will come. Because normally it depends upon the block section, how lengthy is the block section, that is nearly 1 kilometer long. So train will travel, it will take more time. But because of the innovations in the communication-based control system, the train can come within less than half a minute or something like this, because a block section has been converted into many sub-block system. So these type of innovation, a host of innovations have been done in DMRC and in rolling stock as well as in signaling system. And we are also taking care of the sustainability, because if we consume everything available now, all the fuels, all the energy, then what will be there for tomorrow? Because you young generation, they will be finding nothing. So that's why we are having innovation in that field also. We are having regenerative type of braking system in our trains, because whenever the trains is braking at a particular station, it will regenerate the energy and it will be fed into the into the grid. So that's why these type of innovations are required basically. Further, these are, I think it is not the end of the innovations, and young people can definitely participate in this mission of innovation by DMRC. So we have established the innovation policy, and people, youngsters can come forward with their ideas. Young ideas are required. And now I think tier 2 and tier 3 we are talking about. DMRC is now connecting tier 2 and tier 3 cities also. DMRC along with the RRTS, you may be knowing, we have already connected to Meerut. But after some time, you will find that it will be connected to Alwar, Karnal, Panipat, Kondali, and everything like this. For this, we want a lot of innovation. And our pain points we will be displaying on our website, and you can go through that and you can have fresh ideas. But young people, please note it down that sometimes we block our ideas. I don't know, ideas should not be blocked. And I think mobile is one thing which block your idea. Whenever you find time available, you are just watching the some reels on the mobile everywhere. You might have heard about the Archimedes, who had given the principle of buoyancy. And where the idea came? When he was in the washroom. But we are taking our mobile phone even to the washroom. So we are not keeping our mind empty. Please keep it. Otherwise, ideas will not come to your mind, and there can be no innovation. Please, please mind it. Thank you very much.
An ecosystem where ideas mature into products or commercially viable things, you require platforms which can help you sell it better and market it better. And what best Idea Bars is doing right now, I think I would like to invite Jeet to present how Idea Bars as a concept came into being, and also where are we taking deep tech startups via that particular startup going forward, especially the tier 2 and tier 3 cities. And how do you hunt for those kind of companies?
Thank you, Ankit. So, good afternoon. First of all, I would like to take 2 minutes to introduce what IdeaBuzz is doing. We, on the face of it, are a TV show that comes on ZTV and Z Network. And we are a startup showcase show for India, based in India, from India. We were one of the first people who actually gave deep tech startups a platform and visibility on the show. In the first season, we had about 16 deep tech startups, and to our own amuse, actually 90% of them were from tier 2 cities, tier 2 or tier 3 cities actually. Be it from a small village in Andhra, be it from a small city in Gujarat. And what we realized is that innovation and ideas can come from anywhere. It's not just limited to tier 1 cities, or it's not limited to the premier academic institutions in India. So we started this thing. On the face of it, we are a show, but we've created a platform behind wherein we ourselves invest into startups now. We give mentors. We are launching a platform wherein we are not just limited to the number of startups that come on the television show, but also we cater to more startups who are actually willing and who are taking that first step of coming and reaching out to us. So we started IdeaBuzz with only a simple idea that we believe that any great business only needs one thing, which is a great idea. Rest everything we can manage, and we can actually bring the resources to it. But we need the founder to have a great idea and have the passion behind it. So that's where we started.
Now, if your marketing is sorted, you need a buyer at the end of the day who may be a corporate innovation partner. So I would like Anju to specifically give out anecdotes from her work, especially at IVCAP, as well as previous works, where corporates have been participating in buying those products and also making these ventures viable.
So, I think we're at a really interesting time where a lot of corporates, not only from India, but outside, are coming and looking for solutions. I'll give an example. For example, Lowe's is, one of the largest home improvement stores in the US. They have set up a massive corporate innovation infrastructure in India. And they are looking for solutions that they can take to the US, right? They've been partnering with a lot of startups in India, early stage startups, and eventually with the intent of making a strategic investment in them. For example, in logistics, in AI, for getting analytics on customers. There's a ceramics company that is partnering, with institutes in Hyderabad to actually manufacture a particular type of glass that they can incorporate in their business that they feel will give them an edge over their European competitors. We are now actually currently working with Ashok Leland, connecting them to early stage startups with, in EV, in battery storage, in clean technology, in alternate fuels. So there is a tremendous opportunity out there. Like I said, kind of in the beginning, a lot of these corporates are not aware of what is going on. And we are trying to bridge the gap in kind of showing them and showcasing, what is happening in our tier 2, tier 3 cities. And they are very interested in partnering with some of these young founders. There are great opportunities coming out, and they're seeing a lot of hunger from them. So I don't think there is a dearth of money or opportunity. I think it's a question of creating a platform and opportunity to showcase them to what is out there.
As a young venture capitalist, I see a number of PhD students as well as budding researchers. They are also trying to woo with an idea that they want to build a commercially viable product right out of their institute, be it IIT or be it other regional engineering colleges. So I would like this panel to maybe comment or give one advice which one should be taking forward to, and what action plan, because this is a panel which was meant to be creating action roadmap for all these startups. So one advice and one action point which all those PhD researchers, innovators and inventors should take forward after this.
I think the first thing is they need to know what is the problem they're solving. Identify a problem that needs to be solved out there versus looking at some really cool technology. So not focus just on fundamental research, but applied research. And how to do that, go out there, whatever industry you're in, go out there and find out what are the problems that are out there in the market that the industry wants to solve. Find an industry partner.
Just to add on to that, after you find a problem, you find like-minded people to actually work with. You're not an expert on everything. Don't feel that you have the burden to do everything yourself. get co-founders, get a team which has the same vision as y'all, and with the same passion of yours, and work with them. That's my one advice.
So adding to the points, I would say if you have a product market fit, you will get early adopters because they believe in breakthrough technologies, but that's not what commercialization is about. You need to work with more design partners, iterate your product based on the needs of the market. Yeah, that's what I'd say. And there's a gap between the first customer and with the commercialization, so you need to systemize it according to the market. That's what I like to add.
Friends,
any question from audience side? Any question?
We can continue. Yeah.
no questions? Please.
Please.
Hello. So basically my question is like while doing investment in a startup, what actually VCs are thinking?
Vikram, you may like to take that.
Look, we are always looking to partner with the right founders, and at the same time, we are always excited about what the founders are building for the future. So we just need to make sure that one is that the area that you're working in is actually an area where the problem needs to be solved. And the second is you're the right person and you're doing it for the right reason. So we spend a lot of time on the space and the problem you're addressing, and the team, and the motivation of the team, why you're doing it. That's very important for us. And how you will really do your execution. So we spend a lot of time on that. And then the last piece then comes down to unit economics. Are you going to do it profitably, or are you going to burn a lot of capital? So therefore, these are the key things that we look for.
Hello, I have another question. My name is Heman. I'm here. So I am here to pitch today, and my solution is all about AI monitoring, AI optimization, and AI eliminating the AI wastages. Right? Basically, it helps to all the hardwares to monitor and manage it. Let's say if there is a client or customers, if they're going to procure a hardware, right, for their business to run the show, they'll be investing a lot of money, like in 1 crores or 2 crores or 5 crores or whatever, right? So even before purchasing it, I'll pitch in and I will try to solve the problem, and I'll say, hey, you don't have to buy your hardware for 5 crores. All you need is just 10 lakhs or 20 lakhs. I'm just giving a rough number here. So basically, this will help them to understand, they'll work with us and they'll try to see how better they can optimize their cost. Basically, I'm not selling the software. Here, I'm trying to reduce the cost here. So that's the catch. So I have developed a prototype, and I've also in a good shape right now. And it's a real big problem right now because everyone is running behind agentic AIs and kind of a solutions where they're buying the hardware, but they're not worried about the FinOps. Basically, it's AI FinOps solutions, right? Would you be able to give some ideas, or would you be able to tell us would you be able to help us in funding for our ideas or for a company? My company name is CoValue. Yeah, thank you so much.
I think this is a very specific question. We can talk offline.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Any last few queries from the audience?
So because of the time limitations, we can take this
thank you,
last
sir.
one.
Warm greetings. Sir, sometimes when we identify some problems regarding any sector, we think this problem might already be taken, like उस पे action ले चुका होगा, but some problems are genuine, but we can't identify whether it is genuine or not. So is there any steps that we can use to verify whether the problem is genuine or just it's in our mind? Thank you.
You know, you're very fortunate that you're living in ChatGPT world, right? So these days, you answer any question, ChatGPT at least will, whether that answer is perfect or not is a different question altogether, but you get a lot of research work that you can get done through AI apps. But my fundamental advice to you would be always when you're starting thinking of a problem that you're solving, the first thing you should do is create an advisory board around you. An advisory board ideally who believes in the problem and also is willing to advise you and is willing to work along with you. So that's the first thing whenever you think of becoming a founder or starting working on solving a problem. Think of adding at least 3-4 people in your advisory board who come with the background you know, that you're working on, or as you know, some connected background. They will definitely want to help you with the you know, understanding the issues and helping you solve those issues.
And I'll add one more thing कि problem genuine है कि नहीं, कोई आपको पैसा देगा ये problem solve करने के लिए, कितना उसको pain हो रहा है ये problem solve करने के लिए. अगर कोई पैसा देने के लिए तैयार नहीं है तो it's not a big problem.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
No, it's about, again, the data analysis. Okay, you can make use of, like I can tell, our department, they have mines of data about remote sensing. Whether you talk of agriculture, you talk of mineral, all these things. In earlier days, of course, our accuracy levels were in terms of couple of meters. But now we have a better data available submeters, so that you can choose one specific area and then go for a detailed analysis of the agricultural product itself. What are all the best crops which they can grow? For that you need not go for something like 100 kilometers by 100 kilometers. You can now narrow it to 10 kilometers by 10 kilometers, so that you will be able to come out with the amount of the soil properties and all you come to know very well, and then you can see which are all the agricultural products which can give the farmers a good return on their thing. This is one thing. Then similarly on the minerals, yes, there are states which are very good at, but the problem is finding out how much they have and what is the kind of a spread they have and what depth they have. All these things, of course, with now AI available to you and the data is available to you, you can make use. I think that is going to be the next very good potential for all these startup people, especially who are interested in using the data science and data analytics using AI and ML. See, that is one, but government is also ready to fund you. In fact, if you want some data from our Department of Space, yes, they are available to you. You can approach our Hyderabad NRSC, or they are having a lot of support because we have built for the past 50 years a kind of very good database. So, like this, you can choose something which is of societal interest. That way you can go for it. That's what my...
One closing comment on this. There's a strong repository of problem statement which RDI Fund has created while defining the deep tech as a sector and also how they are funding the tier 2 fund managers. So just have a look at that presentation. It is freely available. That will help you pick 1 or 2 topics which are of interest to you and then go deep in that. That's my take. I'll hand it over to Alok and team to do the closing remarks.
I'm Dr. Garg. I'm heading a tier 2 institution in Sonipat itself. So I'd like to talk about the pain points of a tier 2 institution.
See, any tier 2 or tier 3 institutions, the fee paying capacity is very limited. Now, I've got no hesitation in saying that the fee is barely sufficient to meet the operational expenses. Now, to develop state-of-the-art technology or maybe to create a startup ecosystem is a big challenge. Now, my question to the panel and my request to everyone that is there a methodology to create a institutional innovation fund in the institution, the tier 2 institutions, where, you know, an amount of rupees, say 25,000 rupees per month per student can be given to develop the idea. Because every student cannot compete from a tier 2 institution, cannot compete in a incubator like Atal Incubation Center. So I think we need to create a foundation, a platform in the tier 2 institutions where some small little money for the ideas, you know, you pick up few and then they come to the institution like Atal Incubation Center. So could you advise us on that? Thank you.
Maybe I can respond. Sorry. Should I quickly respond?
Yes. Sir, basically, we are also in the Sonipat region, we are in connection with a lot of industries. We are actually on the very nascent state, but they are understanding this thing. And we are creating some fund through the industry, through CSR and the R&D incubation fund, so that we can create a co-incubation center. Under this co-incubation center, we will allot some amount to solve some basic problems to get to the next level. So that is AICIT Delhi is trying. We have write up already 4 to 5 proposals with the 5 industries in lineup. Honda is one of them, Cadence is one of them. After that, 5 companies are there where we are planning the co-incubation through their CSR and an R&D fund, so that from the tier 2, tier 3 students can take the risk on the initial level. Then after the government support, other stakeholder support like VCs and angels come into the picture, where the student provide the confidence to the VC that they can infuse the money. As Anju ma'am said, all these things, the challenge, what exactly the solving the challenges. So time is limited right now. Thank you very much from all the panelists. You can see, आप directly देख सकते हैं कि पैनल की ग्रेविटी क्या है. It's a 360 cover for you. हमने सोचा था कि आप लोग सारे एस्पेक्ट को समझें, बिकॉज ठीक यशोभूमि एंड बहुत सारे भारत मंडपम लॉट ऑफ प्रोग्राम्स होते हैं, बट हमारा चैलेंज यही था कि हम उसे सोनीपत में टियर 2 टियर 3 में सेम ग्रेविटी को लेके आएँ, to give the confidence to the educational leaders, जो institutions हैं, उनके जो students हैं, जो startups हैं, बाहर 80 टेक्नोलॉजी रिप्रेजेंट हो रही हैं, तो वो सारी चीज़ें हैं. तो थैंक यू सो मच फॉर कमिंग हियर. आप नेक्स्ट हाफ पूरा है अभी 1 आवर बाद यहाँ पे हम लोग एक आइडिया जनरेशन के ऊपर वर्कशॉप करेंगे. तो दो स्टूडेंट वांट्स टू कम आफ्टर 1 आवर, तो 1-2 घंटे का हैंड्स ऑन वर्कशॉप होगा पूरा कि आइडिया क्रिएशन कैसे होता है. तो उसके एक्सपर्ट्स आए हुए हैं आज स्पेशल. और एक आईवी का से सर हैं, फाउंडर हैं, आईटी दिल्ली एल्यूमिनी भी हैं सर. सो सर का एक टॉक है 15 मिनट to 20 मिनट्स, स्पेशल टॉक फॉर यू कि हाउ यू कैन build your journey in that particular ecosystem. So thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much all the panelists and moderators, sir. As a token of our respect and gratitude, I request Ankit Saxena, sir, VP Investment, FIT IIT Delhi, to kindly present a memento to our panelists. Shri T.K. Sundaramurthy ji, former Mission Director, ISRO. Shri Ghanshyam Bansal ji, Director General, DMRC Academy. Shri Vikram Gupta ji, Founder and Managing Partner, IB Cap Venture Advisor Private Limited. Thank you so much, sir. As a token of our respect and gratitude, I request Alok Pandey, sir, to kindly present a memento, Shri Aditya Das ji, Co-Founder and CEO, Cap Hashtag. Dr. Anju Gupta ji, Partner, IVY Cap Ventures. Shri Ankit Harjai ji, Principal Investment and CIO, Mount Tech Growth Fund Kavach. I invite Ashish sir from the Atal Innovation Mission to kindly come to the stage. I request Alok Pandey sir to give in the token of our respect and gratitude.
So the Atal Innovation Mission is the backbone of AICIT Delhi, and he's a program lead over there, and he supported in last 3 years very much. So without the support of government, it is not possible to manage all these things on the all the parts. So please, sir, come.
May I request everyone present in the hall to kindly rise for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you so much for everyone. Now all the esteemed guests and go to the in front of the Palace Guest House for the lunch. All the students please join the group photograph and all the dignitaries. Thank you all the esteemed dignitaries. Kindly go to the in front of Palace Guest House for lunch, and for the visitor and startup founder, lunch for the outside lawn. We request everyone to kindly reassemble in the same hall at 2:30 p.m. sharp, as the post-lunch session will commence on time.
माशो वेल ऑर्गेनाइज्ड बहुत बढ़िया आपका क्या प्लान है 2 बजे मैं निकल रहा हूं लंच करके नहीं एयरपोर्ट एयरपोर्ट पे करो अरे पैक करके ले रास्ते में नहीं मैं ऐसा नहीं होता ये हमारे
is in